Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, all the hip hop heads worldwide, tengo el honor de presentar al único, inconfundible, the one and only EllMatic, yo. Yeah. Con la colaboración del 90 Kid.
Welcome,
my man.
thank you for joining me in my Hertha BSC versus Paderborn post-game analysis and discussion. It has been quite the week since the Mainz game. There was a lot of things that have happened. To start everything, I want to first talk about the overall feeling after the Mainz game. A couple of days after the Mainz game, I just kept thinking about it and I was like, does that not remind me of the Augsburg game where we completely and horribly lost to them? It kind of did. And the Augsburg game, just like the Mainz game, had some major consequences for us at Hertha BSC. A couple of days after the game, Jürgen Klinsmann, our skipper, our trainer, our coach, decides to call it quit. I mean, enough time has passed and I'm sure you guys have all caught up on what happened, but I'm just gonna give the basics facts that came out of the question and answer session that Klinsmann did, where he basically didn't answer any questions and just tried to justify his stepping down. Then the very clarifying press conference of Werner Gegenbauer, our president, Lars Windhorst, our investor, and Michael Pretz. Crazy. I mean, everybody, what it comes down to is that this guy was in office for 76 days. That's 11 or 10 games that he was in charge. He started out at Hertha talking big in his, I guess, typical Klinsmann ways. When I do something, I do it 100%. Well, Klinsmann, this is not 100%. This is 5%. I don't know, it's horrible. Overall, his resignation was cowardly and highly unprofessional. You don't go on Facebook Live and resign from a professional organization. No, you first talk to your subordinates, the president, maybe the investor, but overall Michael Pretz, the guy that put you in office. You tell him, hey, I'm looking forward to resign so that the overall organization can make a statement and they can prepare. And it's not like you come in the office on Monday morning and find a newspaper line there that said that your coach had resigned. I swear, this guy, Jürgen Klinsmann, is never gonna coach in the Bundesliga again. Maybe somewhere else where they're not really in tune with what happened and he can tell them his side of the story, whatever, but highly unprofessional. So what was his reasoning? It turns out that he wanted to be a manager and coach in one, like how it's usual in England. Why? You are supposed to come till the summer, do your job, save us from relegation, maybe push us up nicely on the table so we get some more TV money, but that's it. You were not supposed to be the long-term solution. You did not want to be the long-term solution. So when I hear that you wanted to change the way how the manager works in the Bundesliga, you would be the first Bundesliga coach to do this. This is ridiculous. And then I hear that you want 1 to 2 years contract as technical director, which is his way of saying manager and coach? No, this is not what we got you into the club to do. So what did Pretz do? He was very nice. He said, you know what? Let's just see how the next couple of games go, but there is a chance we might not want to do this. Understandable. And Klinsmann was all on his feelings and went on Facebook Live and pulled this. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, as if Hertha does not have enough bad news and bad press these days. He just had to come and one-up us. Luckily, he made himself look worse than he made us look. We handled this very professional. And it was a great moment for Werner Gegenbauer and Lars Windhorst to give their tidbits and answer the press. Because a lot of people are always talking about, oh, Lars Windhorst is taking over. He's telling the coach, the team in which direction they need to go, and he's putting people in power. Well, he thwarted all those rumors and said, this is an investment that we did. It's not a short-term investment, so I don't want my money back at the end of the season if things are not running well. Neither can he. He bought shares. So if he wanted to get his money back, he would have to sell said shares. It has nothing to do with us. We probably have first buyback rights, but whatever. Also, he made it very clear that he is willing to up on his investment to make this come true. And he says that his plan is 10 years, 15 years, he said even up to 30 years. All right? It's a long-term investment. He wants to see the long-term growth. I'm glad he said that, and I'm glad that people understand now. Also, he said that he's not involved in any type of decisions and he's not putting people in place. No. He made a suggestion in form of Klinsmann. Preetz went out and convinced him to take the job. That's how all that went down. So, let's concentrate a little bit more on this game. Now that Klinsmann is gone, I think it's a great chance for Alexander Nuri to set up and shine. He had somewhat success with Werder Bremen before, where he saved them from relegation, tightened them up defensively, but in the following season didn't look good and was released. He then had a job at Ingolstadt in the second league and also was released early for not doing so well. So this is his big chance. Will he stay our coach? Let's discuss this after the game talk. So, our number 26, Matheus Cunha, the top goal scorer in the Olympic qualifying tournament for the Brazil U23 team, is back. He scored 5 goals, was the top scorer. Fantastic. Fantastic. He's in form and he's hitting the ground running with us. Also, a nice note is Bibiana Steinhaus was our referee, and I think she's one of the top 3 refs in the Bundesliga, and she did a great job. So, Paderborn, our opponent, yes, they're at the bottom of the table, but no, they're no sacrificial lamb. They are in a decent form. They have a good coach who makes them play fast, attacking style soccer. Football. I apologize. They came out in a 4-3-3. That's a testament to them, to their playing style. They have fast guys up top. The 3 up top are really fast. The left winger, he's a Nigerian international. So they are no hope. They drew in league play against Gelsenkirchen 1-1. Now, mind you, we had trouble with Gelsenkirchen, so they are comparable to our level at the moment. It's a difficult game. We came out in a 3-1-4-2, Jahrstein in goal. The right center back, Stark. In the middle, Boyata. On the left, Rekic. No Torunariga. Interesting. In front of them, Askachiba as the defensive holding mid. And in front of them, surprise, surprise, all the way on the right, we had the man that was already thought gone, Pekarik, making his comeback. First appearance this season. Next to him, Skjelbred. On the left side, we had Maya, and then all the way on the left, Mittelstadt. Up top, Cunha and Piontek. Oh my God, I was excited. This is a very defensive formation, 3 across the back with Pekarik, who is a right back, and Mittelstadt, who is a left back / left mid. Clearly, we were doing a 5-1-2-2. In possession. I mean, when the opponent had possession, we had that chain of 5 defenders. A trend that we have seen in the last games. It's, I guess, Nuri's style. Defense first, which, given the situation we're in, it's a smart way to approach the game. All right. First half starts. We had problems getting into the game. What's going on? It's Paderborn. Yeah, Paderborn can play. And we had the first 8-10 minutes, we had problems. They were really on us. Pekarik started out really well. He had a great run that caused the corner in about the eighth minute, where we had the first real danger towards goal. The corner comes in from Mittelstädt. He was taking most of our corners in the beginning of the game. Comes in, and the ball has just been headed back, and I think Stark headed it back in. It was popped up again by somebody. It was like multiple bites at the cherry until they managed to clear for a corner. Now the second corner was played in by Mittelstädt. It was defended away, played to Askachiba, who does this beautiful early cross in. I didn't know that he can cross the ball like that. Onto Boyata, who takes it beautifully out of the air and scores in the 8th minute. He grabs the ball, shoves it under his jersey. Clearly somebody's expecting a baby. Congratulations, Boyata. And yeah, he scored his 3rd goal this season. Remember Klinsmann said that he's arguably one of the best center-backs in Europe? Well, he might not be one of the best center-backs in Europe, but he is an amazing center-back. Arguably one of the better ones in the Bundesliga. I'm excited to see how he ends the season and if he will make it in the team of the year, but he's definitely playing and scoring. So, 8th minute, we score 1-0. I'm like, yes, let's do it. The 17th minute, Piontek does a great pass on Cunha after a scrappy duel on the touchline near the goal. Unfortunately, he used his hand, but it was a great sign of some beginning of some good link-up play between Cunha and Piontek, because he put Cunha into scene and he slotted it home beautifully. So we end the first half at 1-0. Second half starts. First thing we do, we bring Darida for Skjelbred. Interesting, I think Skjelbred was laying a little bit low. So Darida is back healthy again. I think he had an infect that he couldn't play, so we wanted to give him some time. Great idea. I mean, this guy is not just offensive, he's defensively pretty well, and he has one hell of a shot. So, however, defensively, as good of a team as we have in the back with Boyata, Stark, and Rekic, we just never really got them under control. I mean, they were taking shots even though they were not that dangerous. But in the 46th minute, for example, there was complete chaos in our box. The balls just kept coming in. Nobody really can clear it. The ping pongs around a little bit. They have it, we have it, they have it, and then we clear. This happened multiple times that we had these scary moments. So defensively, we were not looking that well. In the 50th minute, their striker is going down the touchline, and I want to say he crossed the ball or shot. Anyways, the ball was going away from goal. Jahrstein tries to make a save and puts it via deflection into our own goal. That was tough. I mean, Jahrstein is continuing his string of errors that he has shown us in the last couple of games. He's just, I don't know what's going on, if it's the switch between the coaching style of Andi Köpke now back to the coach that we had before. We switched back, we brought him back. I don't know what is messing him up, but clearly he's not there. However, we try to come back, and in the 61st minute, Cunha was clear through on goal, and instead of passing off the ball, laying it off to his right to Piontek, who was running with him, he decided to go for it all, tried to do his signature chip, which is his signature goal-scoring move, but was deflected and saved in the end. So unfortunately, that didn't work out well. He should have passed it. Okay, those two are still finding themselves. Maybe he wasn't sure that he was there. He'll learn that Piontek is there with him. It'll be better. However, if he would have chipped him, it would have been one hell of a goal. Let's put it that way. Then, in the 65th minute, 4 minutes later, Cunha is fouled about a little bit past the halfway line, or a little bit in front. I wasn't entirely sure, but around the halfway mark. And Cunha needs to be careful. He asked the ref for a card. Maybe because he did it two-handedly, She interpreted it as he's doing some type of Brazilian, come on man. But no, he asked for a yellow card. The guy got the yellow card. However, you do not ask for a yellow card. That's how you get a yellow card for unsportsmanlike conduct. So the ball is played, ends up at the Hertha. The Hertha carries it in front of goal, takes a shot from way outside the box. All the keeper can do is parry it to the side, into the feet of none other than Piontek, who does one cut move, puts the ball on his right foot, shoots, and right into the chest of the keeper. The ball bounces back out to Cunha, who, or it's deflected to him, played behind him. He does this behind the back heel kick that is almost cleared on the touchline, but in for a goal. Relief all around. We're back up where we're supposed to be. Amazing. 70th minute, we bring on Torunariga for Stark, and am I glad we did. Stark was playing well, but Torunariga was about to save us the game. 74th minute, Cunha injury. It was off the ball with no contact. He's just running or jogging and suddenly he goes down, and I thought, no, don't let it be his knee. Apparently he did the sign of a, so I think he pulled his, or kind of nicked his hamstring a little bit. They kept him in. A little bit later he was subbed out in the 82nd minute, but in the 78th minute before he was subbed out, Paderborn is through on goal. And just as the striker was about to take his shot, Torunariga slides in like a Superman with a game-winning tackle in the box. You know, they always ask the players, would you rather score the goal or have the game-winning slide tackle? Well, that was the game-winning slide tackle. And he shows us again how good he is. I mean, have a luxury problem. We have Stark, who is arguably the worst. And if Stark at German International is currently the worst, it's amazing. Stark, Rekik, Boyata, Torunariga. Amazing. I'm so happy that we brought him in. He saved us there. 82nd minute, Jarstein saves from a vicious strike. One of the better saves that he had this game. We sub on Ibisevic for Cunha to kind of give him, you know, I think he went down again, so we had to take him off to not aggravate or make the injury worse. Ibisevic came on also to kill some time and to calm down the game a little bit, control some balls up top, and see us through. However, it was all Paderborn. We looked like we were just hanging on for dear life. I mean, defenders were putting their bodies on the line to defend. Rekik was shot in the face in the 92nd minute. Almost knocked out. He was shut down and just dropped down. Like, they were putting their bodies on there. They were blocking a lot of shots, which was nice, but at the same time, it was all Paderborn, and that is still a little bit scary to me. Let's look at the game data. They had 1 goal, we had 2. They shot 21 times a goal, and we shot 16. We luckily ran more than them, and I'm happy we did, because I'm sure it helped us defensively a lot. We had 115.8 kilometers and they had 14.9. So it's not that much more, but it's a full kilometer more. Yeah, our pass quota is back down where it was before, 72%. Even though it looked better, apparently it was still really horrible. They had 76. They had more of the ball, yeah, but luckily we tackled a lot more at 53%. So the numbers really reflect what was happening in the game. It was all around just a little bit subpar from us. So let's discuss the overall summary of the whole game and let's take a look at where we're at right now. The defense is still not fully there. Yes, we are defensively sound because they only scored on our own goal, but to me, there's still too many people getting through, crosses being played in, and just mayhem happening in front of goal in the box when they're playing in a diagonal ball and defender misses it and they get it and they're making a couple of jukes and then we get it. It's just nerve-wracking. I need them to tighten that up a little bit. I don't know what you can do at this point, but I think the defenders just need to be a little bit more consequent and a little bit more aggressive. We've had problems when people run at us with the ball, but that was not the problem in this game. In this game, it was just clearing the ball out that was played into the box via pass, and then this little chaos ensuing. Mittelstädt had a great game. He made some nice runs, good crosses, beautiful like forward swerving passes into the run of Piontek. Really beautiful. It's now not just Meyer that can play these deep balls. Clearly, Mittelstädt also has that eye and that touch to deliver these balls. Great. We showed up in front of goal a couple of times more out of some nice, movements forward, whether it was Pekarik on the right, who was absolutely killing it this game. But it was not the run and gun where we just kick the ball up and hope for a miracle type. So we have evolved a little bit. It's still not attractive soccer. We are still not there. But however, I would say we're no longer playing the most ugly soccer in the Bundesliga. We are playing a little bit more combinational play. We have now some automisms where we're like, play the ball here, run there, look for the second ball, movements. It's looking a lot better. It's now, I can bear watching the game now. At first it was a complete disaster. We're just looking like, oh God, what is this? They're just kicking, up, high ball, hoping for a 1v1 situation, No, now there is a little bit more of an idea. Let's play on the side. Let's cross the ball in, but not always high. Let's kind of play it behind the defense. It's looking a little bit better. It's coming together well. So there's a developmental step forward. It might not be a big step, but it's a small step. And I hope that in the next game we can build up on this. However, from the feeling of the game, I still felt like Paderborn had a little bit more in front of our goal. It could be that we're going through a coach change. However, I can't really agree or say this argument because Nuri is still there, and from what we hear, Klinsmann is not the tactical guy anyways. He was just a motivator, so it was all Nuri all along. So basically we stayed with the same coach or the same tactics. Maybe they're more in tune with each other, and it showed because they popped up in front of our goals more often than we did. Big ups to Peter Pekarik, the 33-year-old, made his comeback into the starting 11, and what a performance he did. Amazing. I hope we see some more of him. He looks really well on that right side, arguably better than Wolf right now, at least defensively and offensively too. But Luke Bacchio is always an option for that side, maybe an option for the top. But currently, the defensive scheme that we're playing, Mittelstädt on the left, Pekarik on the right, beautifully. However, he had some cramps, so I hope he works on his fitness and he gets it together so he's an option for us in the future. One more thing that kind of worries me a little bit is there was no offensive push. We brought in Ibisevic to control the game up top, control some balls, do some hold-up play, distribute, and it just didn't work out well. They had the ball, they were running at us, it was scary, and we had to put our bodies on the line, like I mentioned earlier. Records taking shots to the face, other people being shot in the legs and in the back. And I mean, the defense held, but the bend, don't break mentality is just scary. I'd rather possess the ball, take the ball up to them, and try to, without putting our defense a man down, bringing somebody up to make a run or something, just controlling the game, having a shot at goal, and seeing the game to end. Maybe even going to the corner flag and holding the ball up a little bit. Whatever. That was not the case, so we need to work on that. That was scary. The overall impression is that we are getting better, but we're quite not there yet. Small steps. This was a small step. There was more fluidity to our game, less wayward passes, even though our passing is still not up the way where it needs to be. It overall looked better, and it looks like we're progressing, and I welcome that. Let's take it one step at a time. Our next opponent is not going to be easy. We're playing FC Cologne at home, and they have changed their coach, I think, to Gistol, and this will be a very challenging match. This will be a match that will really kind of set the tone for the upcoming games, because we're meeting a direct opponent in the relegation battle. They are playing well. Can we defeat them at home? Please drop in the comments what do you think is the possible outcome of the game. I'm hoping for a narrow victory, probably something like a 2-1 again, just because they had a game against Bayern Munich. They lost 4-1 at home. However, they got 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. They stabilized afterwards, and basically in the last 80 minutes, they held them to a 1-1. Yes, Bayern was up, but I kind of watched a little bit of the game, and they are a formidable force. So, let's hope our boys do some good training and we come up with a good match plan to defeat them. My next question is, what about this coach's question? Nuri is probably gonna be our coach till the end of the season unless we really slip down into the relegation spots. Who would you like to see become our new coach for the next season? Some of us want to see Dardai, but that's probably not gonna happen under Preetz. What about Niko Kovac? Do you like Niko Kovac? Do you think he could be an option for us? A lot of people say that with the chaos that ensued, he might not be willing to come and take over. Or his technical or tactical layout that he likes to play might not fit to the personnel that we have. We're probably not going to spend another 80 million in the transfer period, so he would have to do with the people that we have. What do you think? Put it in the comments. Let me know what your outlook is on Hertha BSC versus Köln, as well as who you would like to see coaching us next year. Or if you see somebody that could come in right now and take over for Nuri till the end of the season. With a W in the pocket and a little bit more relief from Atlanta, Georgia, I'm your host, Selector. Ha ho hey,
Ladies and
Hertha
gentlemen,
BSC.
all the hip hop heads worldwide.